Good afternoon, good afternoon. I am Sandgrain1 and this is episode 3 of the Sand Pack series. This is the location for the new base. The temporary base is over there. There's an oil well right there. But what I like about this place is that there isn't any other biomes around here. And I'm staying away from other biomes in order to avoid any differences in color when it comes to grass and trees. There really isn't any more to it than that. So it's actually not too far. I was thinking about doing the trip through the Nether, but I don't really have that much material, so it might actually be faster for me just to boat back and forth a few times. So we'll see. Made 2 pillars here so that it was possible to get down without dying. I'm careful when I am descending here because there's a bug in this version of Minecraft that causes ghost blocks if you break blocks too fast. I think that is fixed in the snapshots. Will be fixed in 1.4. So I guess we just need to wait for the mods to update for 1.4 as well. But yeah. So I will now travel back and forth a few times with chests and materials and set up a temporary base here as well, and then I will slowly make more permanent arrangements with a quarry and stuff like that. Oh. So yeah, see you later. I want to empty this bat box before I destroy it. So I have started to cook some more cobble. But as you can see, I've already taken one trip. Started to clear out the chest here. So how much do I have left here? Okay. Too bad. I will probably leave these crops here because I can plant new. And I already have a nice stash with most of it. A lot of sugar canes, a lot of seeds. I have more seeds here. Yeah. Gonna continue doing this. Moving stuff back and forth. So this is the trip to the new base, and this is the river here that I was talking about. It's a little bit further away than I remembered, but I still think this move is a smart one. Stick with the plan. So that's what I'm doing. I'm very happy that these lily pads don't break the boats anymore. Although my boat did break, yeah. So it still does happen. And around this corner here, I think. Oh. I guess it's speed related, and there is the tower I made. So it's a fairly short trip, and especially with boats, because it's fairly fast. Unless I continue to crash that. So I also moved my bed, so this is now my spawn location. And I started filling out these chests here. So try to... I am going to organize this later. Just make a few chests to have things in, and then do the sorting another time. Right now I just want to move. Gonna keep that. Alright. It's going to be a few more trips, of course. But yeah. I've been clearing the area a little bit, and I added a lot of torches. I'm gonna crash now. I think I need one more trip. There is a chest. There isn't a lot of useful stuff in it, but I'm picky like that. I want to secure everything. I have moved the bees and put them to work. Do they work now? No. Yeah. They shouldn't work during the night. Something is obviously afoot. Something is wrong. I'm not complaining. The first stage of the oil, what should I call it? First stage of the value chain or production chain is now complete. I'm gathering oil in this tank. I gave this Stirling engine a little bit coal, 4 coals, just so that it wouldn't work for too long. My primary focus now is actually just to empty the shaft, and then I will probably make some kind of stairs down there, spiral staircase around and down there, just so I can see how much oil there is down there and so forth. And then I will start hooking up production units to this tank here. So this oil will go into a refinery that produces fuel, and that fuel will power the primary combustion engine. So I'm going to create a small power station. Okay, so I have created a setup here with the combustion engines using fuel, and right now I'm looking at how fast the combustion engine is eating through my water here. You can sort of understand why combustion engines have a bad rep, because this is really fast, and they blow up very fast after the stage when the water has been depleted. So this is a dangerous setup, but it's actually not the combustion engine that there is something wrong with here. It is the liquid pipes. Waterproofed pipes has a bug, maybe multiple bugs, but right now you can see it in action. It has corked itself somehow, so when new water isn't coming here, coming past here. So it's so these engines has stopped receiving any new fluids. We don't know exactly what's the cause yet. Just have theories. But it looks like when a bucket of water arrives here at an intersection, the bucket of water is split in smaller packets, and the water is then sent. Some of it is sent there, some of it to the engine, and some of it is sent back. And although it looks like this water is standing still, it's actually bouncing back and forth. And if water comes from two sides here into the same pipe segment, I believe it is able to sort of cork itself, so it just stops flowing. So these engines are now slowly depleting their water reservoir. But I have a safety mechanism here. These engines here will run only if they are blue or green. This is an OR gate, and this gate will power the engine if the engine is blue or green. So if this engine turns yellow, which should happen in not too much time, then the engine will be turned off instead of overheating. So this system is now safe. It's just very annoying that these pipes are so buggy. I've been trying to create loops and detours and everything to get the water out of the way. Actually, why didn't I think of that? There is actually a new type of new type of liquid waterproof pipe called the void pipe. So if I put a water void pipe in the end here, that void pipe will consume all water. That way there won't be as much water bouncing back and forth here. And that might prevent any corking of water. So it's now heating up. It's going past 4,900. 4,900 is the cap while there is water. So I guess this engine hasn't been running for that long. And 5,000. Those two engines suddenly stopped, and you just see that blink orange. So it's now stopped, and these engines will now be off, completely off, until this heat reaches 0. Then they will start automatically again because of this gate. So this is now true again. So this engine should now start again when it has cooled down. And for some reason it looks like the water has been flowing a little bit again as well. Not entirely sure why it suddenly started again. But I will try with a void pipe in the end. That might create new problems for me. It might cause this pump to run all the time, using energy all the time, and perhaps more energy than I want it to be. So I might replace this line here with some basic redstone engines, just so I don't consume too much energy, because 3 redstone engine on this pump should actually be enough for these 3 combustion engines. But yeah, this is the setup. This pump, I just dump 1 piece of coal in here when I need more oil, but maybe I should sleep. It's a little bit hard to see how much oil there is in those tanks. So yeah, so I just put, I could put 1 stick in actually. It will run for 1 stick mount and pull up a few buckets. So these are just some sort of buffer tanks, completely unnecessary, but it just means that this system can run unattended for a little bit longer. The refinery that is powered by these engines. Of course it's stopped now because these engines stopped. And any excess fuel that is created is put in this tank. I've also started creating some gates, so I have 1 iron gate in addition to these 3 here. So I'm creating more redstone chipsets here. And I have a few machines. Nothing is really automated yet. I've just set up a few utility machines. The carpenter is basically just a very advanced crafting bench. So right now I am creating, let's see, seeds can be turned into seed oil, so that as soon as this of course now these are stopped, so I'm not getting any energy, but you can sort of see the result here. It has turned seeds into seed oil, and I can put those in some capsules. Now it's working again, so the engine has obviously started. So there are 2 capsules with seed oil. I can move that to the carpenter, and the carpenter will now use that seed oil to what is it called? Impregnate this casing. It's called pregnant and casing or something. And that was used when I created these extra apiaries. And this is a centrifuge. This is a centrifuge is to process the combs that the bees are making. I'm now going to draw too much energy, so you can see this is yellow instead of blue. But this is creating beeswax and honey drops. So beeswax is 100% chance, and beeswax is used to create the capsules. So I'm going to do that a lot. I'm going to create a lot of wax, a lot of capsules, and I'm going to use capsules as the primary method to move liquids instead of these pipes, because these capsules can be moved in item pipes, and the possibilities are many then. So this is a fermenter. So this is basically just a test for myself because I've never used it before, but I think this is making biomass, and biomass is used for in a forestry engine, a biomass engine or something. And it can also be used in a biogenerator to create IndustrialCraft energy. So this is also sort of creating a new use for a sapling. So if you have a lot of extra saplings, you can use that to create fuel for engines similar to those I have there. This was, and honey drops can be used in this squeezer, and the squeezer will then create liquid honey, and the squeezer can also create apple juice, and all these liquids can actually be used as fuel in the bio engine and bio generator. At a significantly lower rates than biomass, of course. Oh. So this is my base, some simple farm here, and this is the basic setup I had, although I haven't added any piping here yet, mostly because I haven't needed any additional ingots or resources from these yet. So this setup has been standing here mostly unused. Zombies, very basic breeding here. I'm just putting together the bees of the same genome, so the chance for any mutations is basically 0 at the moment. So I need to go out and hunt for more bees, for different types of bees. For example, in the desert there were some beehives, and in the extreme hills there were different type of beehives. So, and those can interbreed and create new types of bees with different produce. So we can get bees that are making ender pearls for us, for example, and we can make glowstone dust, I believe. So a lot of fancy stuff from the bees. My next goal will probably, now that I sort of have safeguarded that system, I don't have to babysit it anymore. I will probably start exploring a little bit again, and I won't go very far, but I will go deep. I will try to find more diamonds under here, and I will prepare for a quarry. So it's about time to create a quarry and to start automating the processing of items from the quarry. And this is probably the end of episode 3, I think. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.